See, there's a bit of a problem because I would only be 16 years old at the beginning of the Windsor downfall, the downfall of the modern day royal family. These people are like avatar weirdos. I don't know. It's like, who are they? Like, what the hell? What the hell have we been doing? Um, in 2006 was the beginning of, in the beginning of, in like 2006 was when James Casbolt started to go after the Windsor family. He was handing out CDs outside of Buckingham Palace about how the Windsors are Satanists. Nobody's mad about it. I mean, my God. I was only 16 years old. I was only 16 years old when the beginning of the Windsor family downfall began to happen. But what, but? I mean, who are these people? Like who, who, who are these people? Where the hell did they come from? Because Queen Victoria's children that were like running the show in World War One, we were all related. Like we all knew each other. We were all cousins, brothers, sisters. Like it wasn't that big of a deal. Who and where the fuck did the Windsors come from? And there's this like fashion line, Windsor. I would burn it to the ground. Windsor, where the fuck did these people come from? The Windsors. The Windsor. Dude, does anyone know? By the way, does anyone know like who the fuck Queen Elizabeth's children's father is? No, and nobody cares because it was a very dark matriarch. Also, probably pretty fucking weird. The Windsor. These people, nobody cares. So regardless, I mean, what difference does it make? Like, they keep trying to make their popularity be known. Nobody cares, you know? Like Charles and his little avatar clone, they were like, "Oh, can we just like pretend like we are separate from the Windsor?" And they like, "Nobody cares." Dude, nobody cares about the Windsors because nobody with any creative potential is like connected to them. They're just like nobody and like nothing. That's just it. But where did the people go who actually have creative pull? Like, where did the people go, like myself? I could kill Queen Elizabeth with like 1,001 vote. Nobody cares about Queen Elizabeth. Nobody cares about her. It was evident that nobody cares about her when she quote unquote died. That bitch is so crazy. Do you know that she gave me a gun? I was a child. She gave me a gun and she gave at the time, my nemesis a gun. And she was like, "Will you guys kill each other?" And I looked at my nemesis and I was like, "I'm not going to kill you. Are you going to kill me?" And she was like, "I don't know." Because she's a dumb bitch. Jenny Constantine, she's a dumb bitch. And I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna shoot you with a gun because that's fucking retarded." And I was like, "Are you gonna shoot me? I have no fear." She's like, "I don't know," because she's a dumb cunt. So Queen Elizabeth loves to like see like, oh, who's who and what's what. Oh, we'll just give these kids a gun and see who shoots the other kid. Like she's a crazed maniac. Like I don't even know anything about that woman other than the fact that she handed me a gun one time and she was like, "Are you gonna shoot the person you hate?" And I was like, "Well, first of all, bitch, I don't hate that person. Second of all, like, no, I'm not gonna shoot them." And then she goes to my nemesis and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna shoot her?" And she's like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Well, you can't kill me if you tried. So I don't know why the hell you think a gun is gonna like Queen Elizabeth was the dumbest, weirdest person on this planet. Like we've been living in a dumb, weird reality with dumb and weird people. Dumb and weird people. And like I think at this point, like nobody cares about the royal family. And like nobody cares about Trump or Harris. Like nobody cares. Like nobody cares, dude. But I could get out of here. I could leave. I could leave. I could like physically leave if I wanted to. Or could people give a shit about shit? Could people give a shit about anything? Whew, that's a loaded question. That's a loaded question. How many people are here that are like real? That are like regular? That's a loaded question. How many people are here that are like regular and normal? That's a loaded question. Dude, I don't know. And it doesn't matter, by the way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because what's the name of this video? I don't even remember. Fucking A, dude. Like, this world. Crickets. Crickets. Chirp, 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 chirp. Crickets. Chirp, chirp. It's kind of like a, no, no, no. I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that because I think that people are largely good. You know, like when I was going after the marine spirits in Buda and I was like, dude, do you not notice that they're just like posting marine spirits all over the place? Like, dude, hello. This is demonic oppression. They're hypnotizing you to just keep eating and fucking buying their shit. And I work in Buda, Texas. I don't care. I don't care. If you're eating, drinking, and shopping, Buda, Texas, and there's all this hypnosis of marine spirits, and I am also in that vicinity, I don't give a shit, dude. Don't do it. You're under hypnosis. Under marine spirits, hypnosis, don't give a shit if I'm in the path of destruction. Girl, I've never cared, beach, because God provides. Beach, God provides. What was I saying all that for? Is anyone paying attention? Like, is anyone paying attention? Yes, they are. Yeah, they are. They are. They're paying attention. The vast majority, the silent majority is paying attention. It's the loud minority that isn't paying attention. So don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. The fuck else? Fucking Windsor. Nobody cares. Windsor, nobody cares. Anyways, I think the point of the video was, which is really great testimony to the victory over the fact that nobody cares about the royal family, was because James Casbolt was the first person in 2006 to hand out CDs, and he was like, "These people are fucking Satanists. They're not here for you. They're not good people." In 2006, he said, "These people are not good." And he didn't die, and he beyond didn't die, like, went on to become very profound. Not only did the dude not die for exposing the Windsors, these fucking people who just like took a shit on the world after the Romanovs were killed. And they were like, "We're the people now." So the Romanov family were the divine rule. Okay. And then they were somehow killed. I don't think they were killed. And like people are all up in arms about the story about were they killed? Were they not killed? Regardless, like people generally didn't accept them as being the people in power. Fucking whatever, dude. And then like modern day, the Windsors. Are you fucking dude? Like maybe the video is the fact that the Windsors are such bullshit people. They were always bullshit people. Also, who the hell were these kids' father? Oh, Queen Elizabeth was the ugliest woman. Don't ever date a woman that remotely resembles Queen Elizabeth. Clintons, no offense, Clintons really kind of look like them. These people are just like, they're just counterfeit nonsense. Counterfeit nonsense. But no, there's history in between. So let's go over it. Hitler invaded Germany, but why? Kaiser Wilhelm was the emperor of Germany. World War I and World War II. You know what? Kind of get a little animosity towards Kaiser Wilhelm, god of war. Dude wants war to keep continuing. Kind of getting a little animosity, building a little sexual tension between Venus and Aries. Because why does Aries want war to continue so bad? Huh? Why? It's ingrained in him. It's ingrained in him to want war to continue so bad. Chop your balls off. Like, a little bit of animosity is going towards Kaiser Wilhelm, Ares, god of war, who wants war to continue. This dude, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. This dude is power hungry. He sits home at night acting like he's nobody and nothing, but deep down in his soul, this dude's power hungry. And I love him like nobody loves him, but I love him. Like, trust me, nobody loves the god of war. That's the whole thing about Ares, god of war. Nobody loves Ares except for Aphrodite. Aphrodite was the only person who loves Ares. She's the only person who loves Aries. And the probably maybe I don't know. Okay, so anyways, the only person who loves Aries, god of war, loving war, is Aphrodite. But modern day, she's sitting here saying, in this modern day, in this economy, there's nothing left to love. Like, there's nothing to love. Like, love you, but also there's nothing left to love. And like the guy doesn't know what to do with himself. Sorry, I'll stop. Like Aries doesn't know what to do with himself if there's no war. But we don't want war. Nobody wants it. The Windsor family, like nobody gives a shit. You know, like the Harris or Trump campaign, like nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. All right, cool. Great. You know, awesome. Awesome. Great. Fuck, dude. But it really echoes the shit where Hitler fucking invades. All that I am gonna say, like in totality, is I was thinking today, like, what if the weirdness, like the quote unquote weirdness to go forward, like, what if the weirdness comes in the form of the fact that it's not weird? You know? Like, I'm thinking about all of these different components that are coming into play, and there's so much harmony that is being made. Like, what if the weirdness that we experience is the fact that there's no weirdness? Because if I'm being honest with you, like in like the elements of how things come into play, like there's no like the um the elements that are at play, like we are interestingly forfeiting ourselves and coming into some kind of just agreement because like what the hell, like these people are so retarded. Like that's the thing, it's like all these other elements are so retarded. The Windsor family are such bullshit people, and I mean that because they've never brought fruit to the kingdom. Like I don't mean that because I have some kind of animosity. I mean that because they really are just bullshit people. Like they've never done anything that benefits us. Like we have no relationship with them. Like they're just nobodies. They are nothing. You know, like the Harris Waltz campaign, like Whore of Babylon, where like you don't really bring anything to the table. Like nobody likes you, nobody cares. We don't know what to do with you. Like it's not even like a battle. It's just kind of like we don't know what to do with you. Like you're just bullshit people and you're bullshit nothing, and we're not mad about it, but we don't know what to do with you because you're just nonsense. So, if all this like nonsense is like coming around and like we simply don't know what to do with it, especially because the God of War, like we don't like we just kind of like don't want to like do any of that. Like if the empath doesn't want to engage with the narcissist, you know, it's very characteristic of like if the empath doesn't want to engage with the narcissist, like I mean, I can date a narcissist because I don't really give them any feed because I know their game. And there's no war. It's like, what if the weirdness that comes forward is in the form of like no weirdness? This is just like people on the outside might be like, oh, it's so weird. But like, what if people on the inside are like, the weirdness is coming in the form that there is no weirdness because there is just some kind of like normalcy that is being replaced. That's what I feel is happening. I'm not like waiting for the sky to fall. I'm just kind of like, what if like the sky falling moment is actually just like normal? Like, we're just normal people. Uh, Normal people are just regular. Like, we're just regular. Like, we can just solve problems. We can just like solve problems. Like, regular people can generally like solve problems. And I don't know, these other people, they and I've been in these arenas, like they can't seem to solve problems. So you're sort of like, well, I just won't interact with these arenas. But they're weird and they're different. Hey, what if the upcoming event is just kind of like, we're normal, like you're fucking weird and we're normal. Like, I don't know. It's like this is the way I'm feeling. It's like, hey, what if just normal people just like do normal things and these other people are just kind of like, "Bah, you gotta do these and we're just like, no. Like, I haven't paid taxes since 2017. And the reason why I hadn't paid taxes was because I went to Tax Turbo and they were like, "All your numbers are all fucked up and we got to fix them." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm not going to do that because the numbers I gave you were the numbers that like you came up with. So, I'm not going to do that." Also, I was just researching and traveling. I was collecting donations to like live. That was my income, which was not taxable. So then when it like comes time to do taxes, my taxes like come in the mail and they just keep telling me how much more money I owe them. And I'm like, well, like I'm obviously like never going to pay you that money ever. And I just throw it in the trash. Like, what if the weirdness going forward just comes in the form of like, I'm just like never gonna pay you, so I throw it in the trash. And then the people that participate in this realm just freak out and just do whatever they want. Do whatever they want. If you say someone isn't like allowed in the country, but they come into the country, like what are you gonna do? Just be like, you have to go back, and they will just be like, well, I mean, you let like 200,000 migrants into the country illegally, but I have to go back? Like, no. Like, pitch a tent, like go somewhere else. Like, no. You see where the shit is going? Like, what if the sky falling moment is just in the form of like nobody's like, what? No. And nobody cares because that's the way things have been. I was talking with a good sister in Christ recently about the upcoming like Antichrist and that whole thing. And I was like, dude, I feel like people will be living in two different realities. Like the people for Jesus Christ are gonna know, like, that's not our dude, obviously, but they're gonna still operate in that realm. Meanwhile, you're gonna be living simultaneously with people who think that's their fucking guy. And it's going to be the same exact thing where we're living in two completely different realities, existing in the same reality, but living in two different realities because we know better and they don't. And 3.5 years later, God comes back to cut them down. That's not the way God intended it. It's going to be blasphemous. I think in the cities, it's going to be pretty nasty. So people will move outside of the cities and they will be like, nah, dude, no, dude. because we weren't born to make this place a total loss. Like the whole reason for Lucifer was because this place was never meant to be a total loss. Why would God put us here if this place was just to be a total loss? For some people, it's a good thing. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm with you, like, be out of here because holy shit, this place sucks so fucking bad. Don't get me wrong, like, be out of here. Dude, I would be out of here so fucking fast given the opportunity. Like, yes, like, get out of here. But there's also like another reality where people like want to be here. And we're going to be living in these two different realities with these weirdos who are going to be super weird for 3.5 years before Jesus actually comes back. And in the meantime, it's kind of like, biding our time, but also kind of like going about the emotions. But yeah, dude, I don't know. What the hell was this? I don't know. I'm blackout drunk. I'm not gonna remember this. So thanks for being so kind and generous because I am a blackout drunk asshole who just doesn't know what to do with herself because like I don't know. Like this I don't know. Like I need more things to do. I'm white trash. I guess white trash. But actually queen. And that's weird too. Of this world, fuck that. Of this world, I'm garbage, white trash, just like you. But in Christ's kingdom, I'm actually a queen. So sorry about you. Check you later.